I have every single one of the Naturium Phyto Glow lip balms here to swatch and try on for you. Maybe you've seen these in store and were just curious what your favorite shade would be, which shade you would use the most. This should be a really helpful video, so let's get started. If you're not already familiar with these from Naturium, these are called their Phyto Glow lip balms. They are $10. You can buy them on their website. You can buy them at Ulta and Target. I do have a coupon code with Naturium if you did want to buy online. I will have that link, but these are described as an intensely nourishing lip balm that's formulated with phyto-derived esters, shea butter, cuckoo butter, and plant squalene to moisturize and cushion lips, leaving them silky, soft, and smooth. Adds a glowy finish with a sheer wash of color. So these are a sheer tinted lip balm that are meant to really nourish your lips while adding a little bit of color, and they do come in a lot of shades. Let's go ahead and start with the Cafe collection. This one came out around late summer, early fall, and there are 4 shades within this collection. It's called the Cafe collection. It's like cafe, drink, coffee, tea inspired. I'll just go ahead and do the swatches on my bare lips, but I'll also show you what they look like on my hand. Go ahead and start with this lightest shade, which is called Latte. This first shade, Latte, is a pretty peachy light pink. Definitely something that pulls a little bit warmer on me if you're someone who has that same problem where things do pull warm. This collection in general is just more of a warm tone type of look. With that being said, I still find this one wearable because it's nice and sheer. So the one thing with these lip balms is they are more of like a traditional balm formula. It's not a lip oil, it's not a lip gloss, it's not super thin. It does have that thickness to it, which I really like. But depending on where you live and how warm it is, they can just be a little bit hard to squeeze out of the tube. So if you sort of just warm it up in your hand, it can be a little bit easier to squeeze out. But let's go ahead and put on Latte. I do really like these applicators. They sit nice and flat to the lips, not too big, not too small, just right. So here is Latte Lip Swatched. I think my description was pretty true, that it does have this slight warm peachiness to it, but I don't feel like it pulls it too warm on me at all. Overall, a super wearable nude lip color. I feel like this one would work for so many people. As long as you have a lighter skin tone, it's just gonna look like a nice wash of color. Next up we have Spice, which is more of a mid-tone warm brown. We're definitely getting into a little bit more of a warm chocolatey sort of spiced color with this shade. Let's pop it on. Usually lip swatch videos are so hard on your lips, but I'm glad these are all lip balms because it doesn't feel too bad. Scent wise, by the way, they all have the same just slight vanilla scent to them. They're not too overpowering at all. They all just have like a little bit of a vanilla-ness to them. Here is Spice. On my hand, honestly, it pulls really orange and I thought it would look bad on me, but it's not the worst thing. If I'm going for a warmer lip, I don't mind this one. If you have like warm medium skin or just warmer skin in general, I think this collection you will really like. I think this is a nice shade and with a cool lip liner. It's really pretty as well. And then we have Chai, which is sort of the in-between of those two, not quite as sort of spiced as the other one. Neutral warm. I wouldn't say it's true neutral. I do like that even though these are all from that same collection, they do all have different undertones. They didn't sort of just go with different shades of the same undertone. So let's put on Chai. Here we have Chai. I do feel like this one pulls a little orange for my personal taste, but again, with a cool lip liner, it would work pretty well. And then the last one in this collection, I believe, is Mocha, which is a deep brown, which is my favorite, which I lost here, which means it was probably in one of my bags, and it's, I don't know where at the moment, but I do have a swatch video where I tried that on, so I will pop that on the screen right here in place of that shade. It's a really pretty brown, and especially in this collection, it doesn't pull too warm. It's definitely just a really wearable chocolate brown. This one on dark skin would be beautiful, just like beautiful all around color depending on what you like. So that was our Cafe collection. Let's go ahead and move on to our next one. Our next collection is this summery collection that came out in the summer. These are more summer bright shades. Now, looking at their site, they do have a couple of these on sale. Naturium does usually launch these balms and collections, and then they will eventually go away. So if you do like any of the shades, just be sure to get them in time. But I will still go ahead and swatch these in case you find them on sale or in the store and you're still curious. You can reference this video. Let's start with Hibiscus, which is this bright pink. It's actually funny, I literally still have sand in this cap. I brought this with me to Hawaii, so this is a bit of a nostalgic one. And this is the shade Hibiscus, which is the bright pink shade. These were really nice on the beach when my lips were just really dry and I still wanted a little bit of color. And they do have this one on the Naturium site right now for $7. So this looks super bright. on the lips. I feel like it's really fun though. Not nearly as intimidating as the tube color is. Keep in mind these are nice and sheer. I love this as a pretty pink. I hope they come out with like another version of this to replace it hopefully. They do have some other pinks that I will be swatching, but this is definitely like the brightest one in their collection. I think it's really pretty, especially with a darker lip liner, or if you just like a little bit of a pop of pink. I think you would like this one. Next we have Spritz, which is also on sale currently. This is the type of shade that I would never reach for. It's just literally a straight up orange shade, which is gorgeous on warm skin tones, medium to deeper skin tones, or if you again have warm skin but fair skin. It just is too warm on me. It's literally orange and I don't feel like I suit warm colors that well. So obviously not my favorite, but if you like orange, you would really like this one. It's not terrible on. I could probably tone this down somehow, but there's Spritz. And then we have Goji, which is more of the reddish pink in this collection. Now this one specifically I don't see on their website, but maybe they still have it in stores. This is a really pretty, like, it's definitely the most muted in this trio here. I'm actually pretty surprised I haven't used this one more. It's more of a neutral, sort of, like it does come off a little bright on my skin, but I think undertone wise in this collection, it's really nice and flattering. Again, I think one that's neutral, so it would suit a lot more people than like the very strict warm and cool tones. But yeah, this one's pretty. Hopefully it's still available somehow. Moving along to their second most recent collection, which were these fruit inspired ones. I do only have 2 out of the 4 of these shades because the other 2 were really warm, so I decided to give them away instead of wasting them. So I will just go ahead and swatch my 2 favorites from the fruit collection. First off, we have this really pretty light peachy pink called Watermelon. This one is really light and sheer, and by the way, this is the first collection that has different scents. This one does smell like watermelon. It's not their traditional vanilla. This is kind of reminding me of this like lightest latte color, but a little bit more peachy. It's definitely giving like watermelon candy. It's definitely a very sweet kind of scent. So this is watermelon. I do actually really like this one on my skin. It's so light and sheer that it again just gives the kind of effect that that lighter latte collection shade gave me, where just a little bit of neutral color. If you're a really natural makeup person, this is one that you'd really like. And if you're comparing it to that other one, this one just has some more warmth to it. This one has a little bit more of that like peachy tone. And keep in mind, these might show up a little bit differently depending on the color of your lips. I have very fair lips, so I feel like it kind of swatches them pretty true to their original shades. But if you do have more pigment in your lips, that's going to mix in with the shade. Let's go ahead and do Strawberry, which is a strawberry red. This was another kind of like disappointingly warm shade, and given I gave away the other 2 shades that were even warmer than this, these were the more wearable ones. But let's go ahead and do Strawberry. It smells like strawberry. Still very like fruity and sweet. Oh, this one is so orange. It's like more orange than that Goji shade. I don't know, this one does not give strawberry to me. Like the shade does not remind me of strawberry. It reminds me of like Cheetos. I don't know, just on me. Keep in mind, things do pull very warm, so if you like warm tones, you might like it. On me, it looks a little clown-like, so definitely not my favorite collection at all. Moving along to the Moody collection, which I was super excited when it came out because these are my kinds of tones. They're a very cool toned collection, so let's get swatching with these. Let's start with Ruby, which is a purpley kind of maroon red. There is Ruby, super pretty. Let's go ahead and swatch this one. There's Ruby. It's this really gorgeous sort of like jammy raspberry, not too cool toned. It's one that's super wearable. If you just want something that's like a hint of like a jammy red, this one is absolutely stunning. Wear this one a ton. And then we have the slightly deeper maroon, which is called Crimson, the Crimson Chin. So this one has a lot more of like a muted, deeper berry tone. It's almost resembling like a black or deep brown lip balm. This one is so pretty. It's a great way to wear a more bold color in a really sheer format. I think this one is really flattering on me, and it's another one that I wear a ton. You could pair it with a lip liner or wear it on its own. And what I really like about these in general, especially with these deeper shades, the pigment is nice and even. And with the applicator, you do get a nice smooth application. So you don't get like any patchiness like you might get with a lip oil. So in terms of like wearing a more bold shade, I think it makes it super wearable. And then we have Midnight, which is this deep eggplant purple. You can definitely build up the shades of these, by the way. I'm kind of just doing a basic level of application. This is Midnight. I love this one. It really does look and perform like a black lip balm, but with a little bit more of a softness to it. Highly recommend this one if you want to mute down any lip colors, or if you just want like kind of a vampy look. I love this. It's so flattering if you have cool tone skin. I think it's really cool and such an interesting and great way to wear like a deep purple shade. It's really hard to pick my favorite out of this collection, but like this one, they're all really pretty if you love cool tones, but this one is so unique. Now moving into sort of what you would call their classic collection. I have 4 shades here. First we have the clear one. I'm not going to swatch this one because pretty self-explanatory. It's just a clear balm if you just want something clear. Let's go ahead and move to this lightest pink, which is called Camellia. This is a really pretty light petal pink. So this one is actually one of the newest ones in my collection, and this shade is right up my alley. I love a super light baby pink. And I don't feel like this pulls too warm. I love the shade. I think in terms of the perfect everyday lip balm color for me, I like this one. I like something a little bit more pink versus like neutral or brown. So if you just like a nice neutral, cool baby pink, really recommend Camellia. And I think because this is like their classic collection, I don't think it's ever really going to go away, so that's good. And by the way, you can buy the collections in sets on their website for a discount, including this original collection. So next we have Petal, which is sort of this mid-tone pink. So I kind of have a little bit of a problem with this Petal shade at first, where it was mostly coming out clear. I'm getting a little bit more pigment now. I don't know if it's just like hadn't been warmed through, or I don't know what happened to it. So that's the only time it's happened out of any of these lip balms. Not sure why, but it does seem to be mixing in now at least. But at first it was just like clear. So here we have Petal. Yeah, I can just feel this one is not like mixed because it's really liquidy. More liquidy than the other ones, so this might be a little less pigmented than the actual shade. Even with that being said, another beautiful shade. It's just a little bit more muted in like mauve-y rose versus light pink like Camellia. Beautiful color, one I would wear every day as well. And then we have Jam, which I would say is definitely my like original favorite from this collection. This is just the perfect like purpley jam color. It does remind me of the Moody collection. This one is just like a lot more subdued and muted. This collection in general is just super wearable. Really pretty. It kind of just adds a little hint of a berry glossy gloss to the lip. Really good one if you want something that's a cool tone, but still very natural. What's interesting is actually all of these are a little bit more shiny and liquidy than the rest of the ones that I have, and these are the newest to me. I don't know if they have updated the formula, or maybe these just like got cold and then melted back a weird way. Let me know if you feel like yours are consistent or if you haven't noticed a change. But like even the swatches, they're a little bit shiny. I don't prefer one formula or the other. They kind of just feel really nice and moisturizing either way. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and pop on Midnight. I'm doing that with a little bit of lip liner just for fun. I think I'm gonna mix in a little bit of crimson as well. And there's my own little custom lip combo. So those were all of my Naturium Phyto Glow lip balms swatched. I would love to know what your favorite shades are in the comments below. Collection wise, the Moody collection just has my heart. It's so pretty. I really do like the original collection as well. The other collections lean a little warm for me, but I'm really excited to see what kind of shades that they come out, or maybe with new flavors. Hopefully this is helpful if you do see them at Target, Ulta, or if you want to check them out online using my discount code. It'll be below. But thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and pop one of my other videos on the screen here. If you want to keep hanging out, I'll see you over there. Bye.